Alright guys, so Fear the Walking Dead completed their third season just recently, and now I'm going to be doing my review on it. So with that all being said, there's going to be spoilers mentioned in this review, and also, I'm not going to break down every single thing that's happened in season 3. Just moments that stand out in my mind. So, there you go. Now, this is what kind of review that you're in for. Now, I gotta say, it started off really good, and and very surprisingly, like because it had two episodes aired back to back. When it got to episode 2, they did something I didn't think they would ever do. This early for that matter. Like where they kill off Travis, and it happens so quickly. I mean, like where he's shot, and then basically he's dead like that, just like that. And I thought to myself for a good while through this run of the season, like that is such a terrible, terrible, terrible death for a major character like this. I mean, we build him up. Like from a guy who just recently lost everything, and it's like, you know, I wanted to see more of that development. Like of how this season where would this season take him? Because he lost his son just not long ago, and he lost his ex-wife. Before that, and I mean, he has Madison. Like and Nick and Alicia, but you know, when it comes to his blood. I mean, his blood relatives. Like his son. And his ex-wife. I mean, like the family that he did have, he lost. I'm like, where is that going to take him? But they give him this death. But I had to say to myself, for some people in real life, some people do lose their loved ones like that, where it can happen in 1 second, and there's nothing you can do about it, where you don't have the luxury to say goodbye to them, or they don't have the luxury to say goodbye to you. I mean, like sometimes it can be that heart shattering. I mean, and that's what I am taking from that death, as much as I don't like it. But still, I mean, it still doesn't change the fact that this season is really, really awesome, and it keeps our characters apart. Like some of them are together, some of them are not, and throughout the show, they don't all. I mean, they'll run into each other, but they don't come. They don't all reunite like how Rick's group has throughout the show. I mean, like in their recent season, there's a few characters split up in communities, but for a good while prior to that, they all basically were together. They would split up. There would be situations where they'd have to split up, and then they'd come back together. But here this happens, but they don't stay together. They just come together and stay apart, and then they're put on opposite sides of like these wars. Like not to mention like over at the ranch, like where they're with Jeremiah, and then they find out that they're like they have this other group who like who are basically like where that land did belong to them, and then they took it over. They took it from them, and then they're caught up in this war between the two, and we're led to believe that this new character Walker is the villain of the show. I mean, that's how it will at first when they introduced him, and it's like, uh-oh. I mean, these two groups, and it's like Madison is caught up in the middle of the war between the two of them, and Ophelia is on the other side, and that worked out, I'd say, more conveniently for if you're Madison, because I mean, it turns out that I mean, like Walker is not really a really bad guy. I mean, he's just trying to protect his own, and he really means well, and also, I mean, when I first heard his name, I'm like, holy shit, Are they calling them walkers now? Like, no, oh, okay. There's a character named Walker. I had to get used to that. I'm like, there's a character named Walker. And also another beautiful thing in this season where they can drop F-bombs now. Like when Nick dropped the first F-bomb ever in the show, I was like, he just dropped the F-bomb, like what? And then in the season finale, like where Madison drops it, like too, I'm like, and that was a reminder, that was a slap across my face, like, they can drop F-bombs now. This is sweet. Yes. And it had, and then we lost another major character. I mean, like Ophelia, and her death was much better handled than Travis's death. And I really felt bad for her, and I really felt bad for Daniel. I mean, like, it's just, man, I mean, and the stakes were extremely high in this season for all of our characters. I mean, like, I don't think that they ever been in a dire situation than they are in here, like in the season finale. And it is, like, it's just, like, it's their best season finale yet. And I gotta say, it has some small moments. I mean, it had some filler moments, but still, in this season overall, I think for the show, I think it was done pretty damn good. And with that all being said, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to say, but it ends with a bang. I mean, like, where the dam is rigged with C4, and then Nick sets it off, and then we're like, okay, what happened? The only person we seen that survived that was Madison, and she came close to dying too. Came pretty close, but she drifted off to God knows where, and then some people find her, and then and it's like, where is everybody else? Did they drift off somewhere else too? Are they dead? Did they survive? But I believe that the remaining people who did survive in season 3 are still alive. That's what I believe. I believe that they are still alive, and they're just, the dam bursting split them off, and then all it did was kill, the threat that they were dealing with there. And I guess that kind of sucks in a way, because I was starting to like the leader of that group, like as a villain. I'm like, okay, this may be the good first kind of villain that they've had on this show, and then he's probably dead, but oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, with that all being said, it started off with a really awesome season premiere, and an even more awesome season finale, like where I'm like, oh, who's gonna die? I'm like, are they gonna kill off Daniel? Are they gonna kill off Strand? They're gonna kill off Nick? Like, what? And then everybody at the dam was killed. I mean, like, it's fucking ridiculous. So with that all being said, this season deserves 4 chair spins out of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 epic chair spins. So, and also, there's gonna be a crossover between this show and The Walking Dead, probably sometime next year. But I don't know when. They're not saying when, but it's definitely happening. So that is why that's like the main, like the number one reason why I've been watching this show. Like from day one, it's like, what if they cross over? I'm still holding on to that possibility that these two shows are going to meet, and I am looking forward to it. And I guess, like at this point, I do like our characters, and so that's just another pleasant. That's like a sort of like a bonus or another perk for me for watching the show. Like, well, I'm like, what if these two shows meet? I mean, like, I want to, be up to date in the Walking Dead universe, and so now I feel rewarded. Now I feel like this is their way of rewarding me for watching the show through this whole time. And I can't wait to see what happens when they do finally meet. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed my review on Season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead, make sure you thumb up the video, click subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you for watching, and feel free to tell me what was your favorite moment in season 3. Did you think it was the best, worst, whatever? I don't know. Share your thoughts. I shared mine, so it'd be cool to hear yours. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.